If you're seeing this, I believe it is for a reason. I don't think there's such a thing as coincidences. My name is the Page of Pentacles, and if we cross paths, it's nice to see you here. Thank you for being here. You don't have to claim, nothing like that. But if you were interested in getting a reading, I have some cards I'd like to pull. So, happy Scorpio season. I'm feeling it. I don't know if y'all are feeling it. I'm feeling it. But, yeah, for starters, we have, starting off very strong, Six of Cups upright and the Nine of Pentacles reversed. With the Five of Cups also. It feels as though this could be an inner wound as well. So this might be, I was hoping it was going to be like a little bit of a lighter reading, but this might be a little heavier. So, it feels like there's something somewhere in your childhood, for whichever collective this is, that has really been stopping you from really truly loving or appreciating yourself. And it feels like all you can see is the bad aspects about yourself. And it's just not even an accurate portrayal of you. Like, it feels like you're, like, focusing on these things that aren't even, your past doesn't define you. What you choose to do now in this moment and in this present is what defines who you are. Because we're constantly creating our reality. We're constantly creating who we are ourselves. So, you're not defined by some past actions, past mistakes. Maybe this is even some, like, past trauma that has happened to you. Like, you are not trapped by that. The only thing that's stopping you is your own mind. And it feels like maybe some memories that are haunting you. Maybe you're living in, like, some sort of regret. It feels like that could be something kind of more specific. I'm seeing the Fool reverse popping out with the Page of Swords. It feels like you're like you feel maybe even guilty about moving forwards because you feel like you can't erase something you've done, or you shouldn't just be able to move on from something like that. And then the question becomes, why? Do you want that to be your entire, do you want that to define who you are? The rest of your, is that what you want? You don't want any, change? You don't want to, I don't know, take control? You don't, is it for some, why so much remorse? The universe is willing to offer you, if you just come to terms with that shadow side of yourself, the universe is willing to offer you new opportunities. You're not limited just because of one bad thing, or a couple bad things, or one bad experience. Any clarification on the energy behind this? Why is this collective feeling that way? It feels like you feel like you took someone for granted, or something for granted, or you didn't give something your all. And that could be emotionally, so maybe you took someone for granted. You, I don't know, could be unfaithful, or you didn't fully express yourself, truly grant someone access to yourself. Maybe you weren't fully vulnerable. Maybe that led you to hurting somebody. And the truth of the matter is that they hurt people. So you have to grant yourself grace. Because if you're sitting here in this moment and you're and you recognize not only that you did hurt somebody, but you feel remorse and regret about that, that's the first step, is the fact that you want to make repairs. And even if you can't repair that specific situation, you can improve for how you treat people in the future, or you can start working towards, a better way of seeing yourself. Yeah, because maybe it didn't work out that time, but you can work on this so that you can have better relationships in the future. Or maybe if this was something that, a bad position you feel like you put yourself in, maybe you can gain more clarity and just, like, now that you know better, you know how to, like, trust your gut more. It's so interesting because it feels like this collective feels like they're not, like, worthy of being able to, like, move on or have good things for some reason, which it doesn't even make sense to me. And it's like, someone out there is listening and being like, oh, no, you don't understand what I've done. But, like I said, like, your past doesn't define you. What you choose to do with that information that you, like, I'm not saying that, like, you shouldn't take accountability. By all means, you should. But it's like, this isn't a permanent script. This is a script you're writing. This is something you're still creating. Your reality, your present, your future, all of that's something that you're still creating. It's not set in stone. At any given moment, you can change that reality. Like, you can say sorry to someone. You can reach out and be like, hey, I know we haven't talked in a while, but I need to apologize. Or if it's something you did to yourself or you feel like you put yourself in a bad situation, well, now you know better. You can forgive yourself. You can forgive yourself and you can move forward because you deserve good things too. I'm feeling like a little bit of a headache coming on right now. And, like, my throat was kind of itchy. Maybe you've been having those symptoms. Or maybe it's a symptom of, like, you feel like maybe you can't, you're like, it's like a trapped emotion. Like, the headache almost feels like it. Like, it's like stress that's trapped in my neck and shoulders almost. And, like, the throat, it feels like I just don't have it in me to say that to myself. Like, almost like that feeling of, like, when you're getting choked up because you're gonna cry. You just, like, it feels like you just truly don't see yourself as, like, worthy of that. And once again, I would just ask you why. Like, why would you turn that down for yourself? You don't have to sit in a state of guilt forever. Just take accountability and move forwards. Like, sure, the damage might be done. It's always, like, worth, if not for, like, if not to, like, fix things, it's always worth it to give a shot and be like, I forgive you, or, like, I'm sorry. You can say I'm sorry to yourself even. I'm sorry to a person. Maybe that doesn't fix it. Maybe that doesn't make the relationship better. Maybe you never talk to them ever again. But at least you did your part to clear what you needed to say. At that point, forgiveness is theirs to grant. But at least you said sorry. At least you took ownership of that. And you can say that to yourself too. Like, hey, I know I put myself in that bad situation. But it's okay because now I know better. And I'm going to be a different kind of person from here on out. And I'm feeling just like this guilt in my stomach. And like it's literally such a sick to my stomach feeling. Why is that? You feel like you should have known better. Maybe people warned you. Maybe your gut warned you. This could be like, I took a bad job offer, got in a bad relationship, did something dumb. Like, it could even just be going like, I went to a place and I knew I had a bad gut feeling about it and I still went. And it feels like you're just really beating yourself up over it. It's okay. Okay? Forgive yourself. You're stopping yourself from, like, healing. I'm not saying that something wasn't, like, this isn't me invalidating something that happened. This is just me saying you don't have to be defined by that one thing. You can move forward. That's okay. Any final cards for the collective? Two of Pentacles reversed. You don't need to carry that guilt with you forever.